What's up everybody, Johnnie Omega here, giving you my review of Shaft. This movie stars Samuel Jackson, Jesse Usher, and Regina Hall. This is technically the 5th film in the Shaft franchise, but to be honest with you, you don't have to have seen any of the other movies to enjoy this one. Although they did reference the 2000 Shaft movie in the opening montage, which you probably wouldn't get if you hadn't seen that movie. This movie is pretty straightforward. You have John Shaft Jr., who's estranged from his father, but when one of his friends dies from mysterious circumstances, he goes to his dad to help him solve the case to find out what really happened. Starting with what I liked about the movie, Samuel Jackson's performance of Shaft was just as good as it was in the 2000 movie. He just embodies that role and you have no problem seeing him as Shaft. So much so that you don't see any of those traits in his son, which is where a lot of the comedy comes in. And this movie is extremely funny, but it's the type of humor that could offend some people. It feels like it's the type of movie that could have easily been made in the 80s or 90s where everything wasn't so politically correct. Samuel Jackson's character is from the area where everybody wasn't so easily offended. And his son is from the new millennial generation where you just can't say or do certain things, and that's where a lot of the comedy comes in because those two styles clash often. And going back to Jesse Usher for a second, I gotta give him props with his acting in this movie. My expectations of this movie really weren't that high, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was the lead, and I didn't really know how he was going to carry his end of the movie, but I gotta admit, he did a good job. As far as what I didn't like about the movie, the writing really wasn't that great, but this is the type of movie where the writing doesn't have to be great for you to still enjoy it. The writing wasn't really bad, but there was obviously more emphasis on the two Shaft characters and how they were going to interact with each other, more so than making the story good. The overall premise is very formulaic and is not anything you haven't seen before. But even with all that, they made it work well enough for me to still enjoy this movie. So in conclusion, the acting was good, the movie was definitely funny. The story in itself isn't anything special, but I was never bored while I was watching this movie. I was always at least entertained with what was going on. All that being said, I'd say this movie is worth a watch. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button to see what we got coming next.